Hi guys. So, welcome back. This reading today that we're doing is for Saturn Retrograde that is taking place on May the 10th. All right. So, this retrograde is happening in the sign of Aquarius on May 10th, and then the planet of Saturn again goes backwards into Capricorn on July the 1st, right? So Saturn basically is a planet of karmas, right? It acts as a teacher, a mentor, and a guide. So Saturn in Aquarius, right? It focuses on reviewing responsibilities. It's all about dealing with depression, difficult times, loss, personal loss, self-imposed limits, or rigidity of thoughts, or restructuring of long-term objectives, right? So of course, it matters what sign Saturn lies in your personal natal chart, because that can make a huge difference. So I'm just going to throw in a little bit of information just in case some of you know the placements of Saturn in your natal chart. If you have Saturn in Libra, Aquarius, Capricorn, or Taurus in your natal chart, it is excellent for you. Or perhaps if you have Saturn in the 3rd house or 6th house, 7th house, 10th house, or 11th house. Okay, so these are the houses that are extremely good in terms of having Saturn present in these particular houses in the natal chart, right? Having said that, let's go back to what lessons we're learning through the Saturn retrograde. We're learning about karmic balancing, okay? Being mindful of the decisions we make, because those are going to have long-term impacts, all right, and are also going to produce unexpected results, right? So it's important to keep in perspective, as it will teach you about your own limitations, and the point is to use this opportunity to evolve your soul and to soul search, right? So Saturn, when it's direct, when it goes direct on the September 28th, at that time people are going to start feeling more level-headed. Sorry, I'm just something's up with me today. All right. So yeah, Saturn, when it's direct on September 28th, it's going to keep people level-headed, more focused. But while we're going through the period of retrograde, it can bring feelings of regret over past decisions and a lack of control over the present. So it's really important, guys, keep a track of your schedule. If you don't have a schedule, try to keep a schedule, because it's really going to help you this Saturn retrograde, okay? Otherwise you're probably going to be all over the place, and we don't want that, all right? So try to keep yourself as actively doing something constructive with your time. Maybe read books about spiritualism, or just anything that you like. It could be about movies or just watching movies, but keep yourself busy doing something constructive, all right? Otherwise it's going to be really, really hard the next couple of months, from 10th of May till the 28th of September, all right? So let's get to the reading. So like I said at the beginning of the reading, Saturn goes retrograde, but it's going retrograde in 2 different zodiac signs. So one is Aquarius and the other one is Capricorn. So I took out cards for both because that makes sense. So okay, so Saturn in Aquarius, of course, is talking about being patient, because this is time to deal with your past issues, trying to get over the things that have caused you problems for a while, right? Also, we see the moon cycle here, which makes sense again because we've just gotten through the 3 super moons of the year and now are going into eclipse season. So this is an extremely important part of the Saturn retrograde. All right. Besides that, the number 7 you see over there, I feel that holds importance again because if you've seen my previous reading on coronavirus pandemic, I had mentioned that by July things will start to get better. I mean, of course, it'll start in May with the planets beginning to retrograde, but of course the effects of it will start slowing down by July, which makes me hopeful, but it also tells me that we have to be watchful because just because things are good doesn't necessarily mean that the fight is over. All right, the fight continues, but we just have to be extra cautious. All right, so let's get to the explanation of this particular card. So the cards that came out were Queen of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is an exceptionally cool card here because this is the month of the Hierophant. The Hierophant is represented by Taurus, and since we're in May and we're in Taurus season, so yay to all my Taurian represent. Here you come as a teacher, as a mentor, right? And what are we teaching? We're teaching patience. We're teaching how to not be rigid anymore. We're teaching how to grow spiritually, mentally, emotionally, right? And this is your Saturn. The Taurus over here is basically representing Saturn, the teacher of the planets, the mentor, the karmic guru, as they say, right? Because he's all about, setting things straight. He's the guy who gets the justice done, right? So if you've been good, you're gonna be receiving positive effects in the next couple of months, especially the eclipse season. And if you've been bad, I'm sorry, but you're in for a little bit of karmic fighting back, So let's hope you're not on the bad side, and try and keep a little bit of positivity. But just because Saturn is trying to teach you a lesson doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just means that you have more potential to grow. So let's grow, okay? So the cards: Queen of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Now, Queen of Swords is the air energy. So this probably, I feel like the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius people, this is representing you guys. And over here, it's my fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, right? So I feel like these guys are coming up really strong over here. Now, this card is, the Four of Pentacles. I'll start with that. Four of Pentacles, basically is talking about stability, wanting financial stability. But it's not quite there because, when it comes down from card 1 to card 10, card 10 talks about, completion. Card number 1 represents, newness, fresh energy. But 4 is kind of in the middle of nowhere, right? We're not a 5, not, haven't reached the mid of the cycle yet. Oh my god, I don't know what's happening. Oh god. All right, yeah, so we haven't reached the middle of the cycle yet, but somewhere we're still struggling to make through, right? But that is just saying that this entire month is bringing a little bit of financial worries to people. I mean, I get that because everybody's been home for so many months, and probably some of them, I'm pretty sure some people are already beginning to experience the effects of not having to go to work and money probably being, a little, difficult, the money flow be a little difficult to come in. So yeah, I mean, I get that. So this card represents that, right? Now, Queen of Swords is basically an energy, again, talking about mentorship, in a way. So we kind of have two mentors coming in. I feel over here, even though I feel like this represents the air signs, I feel like this is Mother Earth Gaia kind of coming in and saying, hey, I'm gonna work with Saturn, and I'm gonna teach you guys something about how the world should really be at this point of time. And I also feel like she's represented here. It's a very earthy feeling. Don't you see? Like, don't you think so? That's Mother Earth Gaia. I feel like she is, all right? She's beautiful. So I feel like she's coming in with Saturn, talking about why it's important to become conscious about how we live, and how we continue to progress from this point forward in our lives. Because I have said this multiple times in multiple readings, that it's extremely important to understand that we belong to the earth doesn't belong to us, all right? End of the day, we're gonna go, but earth's gonna stay, all right? So we can either learn to respect it, or we can continue to face issues that we're facing today and be stuck at home, and not be able to go out and work and do the things that we want to do. So I mean, it's up to us, right? It's a clear thing. You can either be good to Mother Earth Gaia, or you can be an asshole and be stuck at home. So it's your choice, right? But I feel like Saturn and Mother Earth Gaia are trying to be compassionate towards us, even when things are looking really, really hard right now. I feel like they're still trying to say that, hey, we've got you. This is just a warning. If you do not listen now, it's gonna get worse. So better listen, right? Okay, so for a Queen of Wands, again, this energy is all about leadership, coming into leadership, taking responsibility. So I feel this entire month of May till the 1st of July, the first phase of the retrograde of Saturn, we're gonna be seeing people, taking charge. There's gonna be important people who are gonna be passionately talking about this topic. It's cool that I'm a fire sign too, and I'm really passionate about this topic, so that makes sense to me. So yeah, I feel like there's going to be leaders that are going to be coming forward, talking about how important it is to get things right this time, moving forward, all right? So I feel that's what the energy explains over here. And guys, mind you, this is a general reading, so I'm trying to not make this extremely detailed, because I'm gonna try and get more details in the individual zodiac readings, all right? So okay, now comes the Saturn retrograde moving into Capricorn from Aquarius, all right? I see the card of Beyond Illusion, and that card over there says 20. Wow, crazy, right? 2020 has been a crazy year, and wow, it's been difficult, it's been tricky, but it is also a year of transformation represented by the butterfly. There is Buddha, and there is this, the awakening of the third eye. So I feel a lot of people are going to be growing spiritually this year. And a lot of people are going to understand and finally begin to feel comfortable in their own spiritual powers, right? So this period, this time period again of Capricorn, when Saturn goes into Capricorn, is about, you know, transformation and growth and spirituality. Okay, and Capricorn again, you know, it's a father like figure in the zodiac. He's basically the mentor guy, right? So we have lots of mentorship happening here, okay, with Mother Earth Gaia, you know, Saturn appearing, you know, with the Hierophant, and, you know, over here again, you know, so let's see what that has to do, you know, has to say over here. So the Star card is in reverse. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the King of Cups. Okay, so the Star reversed. That means, okay, first of all, let me say that Star represents the Aquarius sun sign. All right, so the fact that we've gone from Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, to Saturn, you know, coming here and basically flipping Aquarius upside down, it just basically means that everything that you've gone through here with Saturn and Aquarius is going to be flipped upside down, which means that you could feel, because of this energy, you could feel like you're stuck, but actually you're not. It just seems like it. This is going to be a fresh start for you, because now you have to unlearn the things that you have been doing in the past and move forward from that. Okay, so next card is the Three of Pentacles, which you know, speaks about education, knowledge. So this could relate to you know, getting to learn more about the effects of viruses such as the coronavirus, and perhaps it could also represent the spiritual growth of people, like a lot of people moving towards the higher path, the higher realm, connecting with divination, you know. So yeah, this card definitely represents learning new you know, new material, like growing, you know, education. It could also mean that you've learned a lot from this retrograde, right? So perhaps it's talking about that, but I feel like it's talking about all the things that I've just mentioned. The Six of Wands here is again fire energy. Is talking about taking charge, moving forward with a fresh outlook, you know, since the King of Cups is you know, all about balance, you know, finding yourself in balance. I feel like the sequence that I put these cards in makes a lot of sense to me, because it says that from the past things have been flipped out. You know, things seem bleak, but they're not, because it's the time period of growth. People are going to be learning new techniques, new ways to live life. There's connection to the higher realm, and that is going to create a balance of emotions, balance of outlook. The things that you know, you felt that were making you depressed, the things that were you know, not making you think objectively, things that were causing you know, causing you to worry about, you know, difficult times and your personal loss of any kind in the past. It means that you're going to be healing from that, because this energy is all about, this is water energy, and it's talking all about healing. And with Six of Wands next, it just means that you're going to be moving forward with a positive approach into, you know, Saturn when it goes direct. This is fresh, fiery, passionate energy. Okay, this is confidence. This guy is a leader. All right, he's taking responsibility and he's moving forward, keeping in mind that he has accepted you know, his failures, his mistakes, everything that has gone wrong or he's done wrong in the past. He's finally accepted that, balanced it, or is in the process of balancing it and moving forward. Okay, so this is what these energies talk about. Now I wanted to talk about the other energies, right? So again, these cards I picked for like what is going on, you know, in terms of past, present, future. So in the past, of course, past lives, stuck in depression, you know, self-imposed limits, rigid thoughts, you know, things gone wrong, perhaps things gone wrong to you, people doing you wrong, or you doing wrong to people. So this card is all about that, the past life energy that Saturn is going to bring in the forefront. At the present, this is showing that there's obviously some people who are living in denial, who are just basically going with the flow, like, oh my god, this, you know, this entire thing is so like annoying, why do we have to deal with this? You know, there's not really an acceptance that you know, this entire pandemic situation is our doing. We've been basically polluting the earth. We've been you know, doing everything we can, you know, to basically destroy the flora, fauna, and, you know, the different species that, you know, are on earth. And yet we expect that somehow miraculously nothing's gonna affect us, like we're gonna come out victorious. Actually, that's complete bullshit. We are extremely important in the whole cycle of the planet. So we are not at the top of the food chain, okay? The food chain is a part of our life. We are a part of that. We don't own it in any way. If one thing goes wrong, the entire food chain comes crumbling down. So we need to stop living in that energy and move forward with a positive attitude. Now with the Capricorn energy in Saturn and all of this going on, and the positive outlook and balanced outlook and moving forward, we're moving towards completion, the completion of, see, this is really cool because we have 2020 and then we have 2021 right here. It's talking about moving from one cycle in onto the next. So 2021 is gonna be, you know, sort of people moving into it's the completion of, you know, understanding why this entire year that went by, you know, things that kind of took place, why they took place, and how they've evolved from, you know, say the end of 2019 when this situation started to, you know, 2021. So guys, this is the general reading for Saturn retrograde. And before I just end this video, I want to, you know, talk about, you know, if people are interested in crystals, the crystals that represent the season are, you know, citrine. Citrine is right here, this angel. Then sodalite. Sodalite is right here. Okay. Then there's kyanite, there's rhodochrosite, clear quartz is right here. Then there's onyx, okay, there's hematite, and then there's sapphire. So if you know, any of you guys own those crystals, use those crystals during the time period of, you know, the Saturn retrograde, and you know, meditate and try and refocus, realign yourselves, okay, because that's extremely important. Try to stay in schedule, guys. Don't lose your mind. Don't lose hope. There is hope, there's completion coming, there's good times coming, but we have to go through this in order to get from point A to B. Okay, so I wish you all the best, and I am going to be posting zodiac readings for everybody. So yeah, please do look forward to hearing your comments on this reading as well as those. So keep you know, keep the comments coming. Do share, do follow, and yeah, I really enjoy doing this for you guys. So thank you so much for all your love and support, and wish you guys all the best. All right, have a good day. Bye bye.